Today, we will talk about interpolated yield curve, I-curve definition and uses. An interpolated yield curve is a curve derived using the yields of on-the-run treasuries. Since on-the-run treasuries are only available for certain maturities, interpolation is used to estimate the yields for maturities in between these on-the-run treasuries. This is done using numerical analysis to estimate the value of that entity. The yield curve is formed when the yields and maturities of Treasury securities are plotted on a graph. The y-axis shows interest rates, and the x-axis shows time durations. Since short-term bonds usually have lower yields than long-term bonds, the curve slopes upwards. When the yield curve is plotted using data on the yield and maturities of on-the-run treasuries, it is called an interpolated yield curve or I-curve. Interpolation is a method used to determine the value of an unknown entity. Treasury securities are not available for every period of time, so to find the value for missing maturities, the information can be interpolated using methods like bootstrapping or regression analysis. This helps in calculating the yield spreads. The bootstrapping method uses interpolation to determine the yields for Treasury zero-coupon securities with various maturities. First, interpolate rates for each missing maturity using linear interpolation. Then, derive the zero curve from the par term structure using an iterative process. It's an important process as fixed-income securities trade at yield spreads to the interpolated yield curve, making it an important benchmark. Several different types of fixed-income securities trade at yield spreads to the interpolated yield curve, making it an important benchmark. For example, certain agency collateralized mortgage obligations trade at a spread to the I-curve at a spot on the curve equal to their weighted average lives. A CMO's weighted average life will most likely lie somewhere within the on-the-run treasuries, which makes the derivation of the interpolated yield curve necessary. Here are 5 key takeaways. 1. An interpolated yield curve or I-curve refers to a yield curve that has been plotted using data on the yield and maturities of on-the-run treasuries. 2. On-the-run treasuries are the most recently issued U.S. Treasury bonds or notes of a specific maturity. 3. Interpolation refers to the methods used to create new estimated data points between known data points on a graph. 4. Two of the most common methods to interpolate a yield curve are bootstrapping and regression analysis. 5. Investors and financial analysts often interpolate yield curves in order to gain a better understanding of where the bond markets and the economy might be going in the future. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.